In a town where secrets rarely stay buried and love triangles are practically a way of life, The Bold and the Beautiful delivers another emotionally charged episode that pushes multiple characters toward the brink. What starts as a shocking revelation at Forrester Creations quickly spirals into obsession, betrayal, and raw fury, culminating in Ridge Forrester walking in on the one scene he never wanted to see. Taylor Hayes locked in a passionate embrace with Sheila Carter's husband. And if that weren't enough, Sheila herself issues a cryptic, unsettling warning to Hope Logan, one that feels less like friendly chatter and more like a promise. Ridge learns the unthinkable. Taylor and Deacon. At Forrester Creations, Ridge Forrester is blindsided when Steffi drops a bombshell that knocks the air right out of him. Taylor isn't just seeing someone casually, she's falling for Deacon Sharp. Ridge's reaction is immediate and visceral. His face tightens, his jaw clenches, and the words come out sharp and incredulous. Sheila's man? That alone says everything. To Ridge, Deacon is no longer just a flawed ex-con or Hope's complicated father. He's defined by one thing, his connection to Sheila Carter, the woman Ridge considers a walking nightmare. Ridge's next question is just as urgent. Does Sheila know? Steffi practically recoils at the idea. God knows, she says emphatically. Sheila cannot find out. Only Steffi and Hope know the truth. And while Steffi is horrified, Hope is oddly thrilled. That contrast alone is troubling. Steffi insists that nothing can happen between Taylor and Deacon. It's unthinkable, dangerous, insane. Rage echoes her disbelief, asking aloud what Taylor could possibly be thinking. Steffi sounds the alarm. Ridge reminds him that he's the one person who truly understands Taylor, her emotional history, her vulnerabilities, her tendency to retreat inward when she's hurting. Steffi believes Taylor is in a fragile place, still reeling from losing Ridge again and again. They revisit the horrors of the past, Sheila shooting multiple people, Deacon marrying her, and the terror that Sheila represents to their family. While Steffi admits she doesn't believe Deacon is pure evil, Ridge flatly disagrees. In his mind, Deacon is manipulating Taylor, using her loneliness and emotional openness to pull her into something dangerous. Steffi hesitates before revealing the most telling detail of all. Taylor has real feelings for Deacon. That lands like a punch. Together, Ridge and Steffi come to the same conclusion. Taylor isn't thinking clearly. Steffi explains that after losing Ridge, Taylor spiraled into a dark place. She confided that she didn't believe she'd ever find another man or another chance at love. That vulnerability, Steffi believes, made her susceptible. Steffi also reveals the ultimatum she gave her mother: end things with Deacon or risk losing access to her grandchildren. Steffi isn't trying to be cruel, she's trying to protect her children from Sheila's orbit. Ridge agrees. In his eyes, Deacon's presence alone is a threat. Steffi describes her mother as lonely, hurting, and lost. Ridge, however, snaps back that Taylor can have any man she wants. Steffi quietly delivers the truth he doesn't want to hear. Except you. That moment hangs heavy between them. Ridge makes a decision. He's going to check on Taylor, now, and he makes a vow that sounds less like concern and more like a command. Deacon will not be in Taylor's life. It's not going to happen. Passion and denial in Taylor's office. Meanwhile, in Taylor's office, reality looks very different. Taylor and Deacon are in the middle of a heated makeout session, briefly pulling apart only to dive right back in. When they pause again, Taylor remembers Steffi's ultimatum, and for a fleeting moment, her resolute surfaces. "I can't do this," she says. The doubt lasts all of 5 seconds. Instead of ending things, the conversation pivots. Deacon tells Taylor he stopped by for a reason. He's resurrecting the old bikini bar. The business venture could put him back on the map in Los Angeles, giving him legitimacy and independence. He hasn't even told Sheila yet. Taylor is the first to know. Deacon frames it as proof that she's changed his life. She gave him not just confidence, but purpose, love. He admits that the more time he spends with Taylor, the more he distances himself from Sheila. His children are terrified of the woman he married, and that fear is pushing them away. Taylor listens, torn. She confesses her own fear. The closer she grows to Deacon, the more she risks losing Steffi and her grandchildren. Still, neither of them walks away. Sheila and Hope, a conversation that feels like a threat. Over at Il Giardino, Hope Logan walks into a completely different kind of danger. Sheila Carter spots her immediately and launches into cheerful chatter, asking for Hope's opinion on the weekend specials. Hope orders a pasta, then asks for her father. Sheila beams. "Oh, he's not here," she chirps. "He's with Taylor." Hope laughs nervously, clearly unsettled. Sheila, however, is delighted, gushing about how wonderful her marriage is now. She describes it as the life she only ever dreamed she could have. The subtext is chilling. Sheila then asks Hope for something bold, help bringing Deacon's children around. She wants to be more involved in their lives. She insists they're family. "Until death do us part, right?" she says brightly. Hope responds carefully, reminding Sheila that they've never been close. She admits she doesn't understand what draws her father to Sheila. Sheila smiles in a way that feels practiced and dangerous. She says they speak the same language, then adds something that makes Hope's skin crawl. So does Taylor now. Hope quietly notes that her father has certainly changed because of the love of a woman, a comment that lands with more meaning than Sheila realizes. Sheila's cryptic warning. As Hope tries to leave, Sheila insists on loading her up with an absurd amount of pizza. It's excessive, almost aggressive, like Sheila is refusing to let the moment end. She keeps talking, keeps gushing, and then she drops the line that transforms the conversation from awkward to ominous. "I will always fight for Deacon, and no one will come between my husband and me." The words are polite, the tone is sweet, the meaning is unmistakable. Hope finally escapes, shaken. Back in Taylor's office, Taylor checks the time and worries that Deacon has stayed too long. She brings up Steffi's ultimatum again. Deacon doesn't want Taylor to lose her family, but what about her happiness? What about them? He insists this is real. He doesn't want to let her go. They kiss again. And then the door slams open. Ridge Forrester stands there, fury blazing in his eyes. "Take your hands off her," he growls. The room explodes. Ridge unleashes on Deacon, accusing him of putting Taylor in danger, of endangering her entire family. He sees this relationship as a direct line to Sheila Carter, and therefore to chaos, violence, and destruction. This ends now. The confrontation is raw, personal, and inevitable. Final thoughts. A storm no one can stop. This episode isn't just about romance, it's about fear, control, and the consequences of loneliness.